Have you ever felt like you're just a cog in a machine, endlessly churning out features without seeing the bigger picture? You spend weeks perfecting a piece of code, only for it to cause unforeseen problems down the line. What if I told you that the next big leap in your career isn't about writing code faster, but about thinking differently? It's about graduating from just writing features to managing a complex equation: cost, multiplied by stability, multiplied by security, multiplied by experience. This isn't just a fancy phrase. It's the core of what we call architectural awareness. So, what is architectural awareness? It's the ability to see a system not as a collection of isolated parts, but as a living, breathing organism where everything is interconnected. It's about understanding that a change in one corner of the application can send ripples across the entire system. When you're a junior developer, your world is often confined to a single task, a single feature. Your goal is to make it work. But as you grow, you realize that making it work is just the first step. The real challenge is making it work well, sustainably, and in harmony with everything else. Architectural awareness is that mental shift from focusing on a single tree to understanding the entire forest. It's about moving from isolated concerns like how fast is this function, to a comprehensive management approach. How does this function impact our budget, our uptime, our security posture, and our users' happiness? Let's use a metaphor to make this crystal clear. Imagine you're in the logistics business. If you only care about optimizing one thing, say, the speed of your delivery trucks, you might tell your drivers to go as fast as possible. They might break speed limits, skip maintenance checks, and drive recklessly. Sure, your packages might arrive a little faster for a while, but what happens next? Your fuel costs will skyrocket. Your trucks will break down more often, leading to delivery failures. In your haste, you might misplace packages or even have them stolen. And the customers? They'll get damaged goods or late deliveries, and they won't be happy. Focusing only on speed is like a developer optimizing a single algorithm without considering its side effects. This is single-minded optimization. Now, imagine you're the head of the entire logistics company. You have architectural awareness. You're not just thinking about speed. You're simultaneously managing the entire operation. You're thinking about freight costs. How can we deliver efficiently without breaking the bank? This is your cost. You're monitoring the on-time delivery rate and vehicle maintenance schedules. This is your stability. You're implementing tracking systems and secure warehouses to prevent theft. This is your security. And you're tracking customer feedback and ensuring packages arrive in perfect condition. This is your user experience, you see? True success isn't about maxing out one metric. It's about finding the perfect balance between all of them. That's what a great architect does. They're not just the fastest driver. They're the master dispatcher, overseeing the entire network and making smart trade-offs to keep the whole system healthy and profitable in the long run. This brings us to a crucial insight. In the early days of a project, a proof of concept, the main question is simply, can it be done? Can we build this feature? Can we connect to this API? But the moment your service goes live and faces real users, the game completely changes. The question is no longer, can it be done? But is it controllable? Can we manage this system over the long term, through scaling, through changing requirements, through unexpected failures? When you have 100 users, a simple script and a basic database might be fine. But what happens when you have 1,000,000 users, or 10 million? The complexity doesn't just add up, it multiplies. That simple script becomes a bottleneck. That single database becomes a single point of failure. Without a plan, without forethought, the system becomes an uncontrollable beast. Architectural awareness is the skill that allows you to tame this complexity. It's the ability to design systems that are not just functional today, but are also manageable, adaptable, and sustainable tomorrow. It's about building for the future, not just for the next sprint deadline. And this is where things get really interesting, especially in the world of modern software. We've moved away from building giant, monolithic applications. Instead, we build distributed systems, breaking down our big application into dozens, or even hundreds, of smaller microservices. On the surface, this sounds great. Each team can own its service, develop independently, and deploy on its own schedule. But this creates a new massive challenge. When you split a monolith into 10 services, you don't just get 10 clean little boxes. You get an explosion of interfaces. Suddenly, these services need to talk to each other. They need to be compatible. Service A needs data from Service B, which depends on Service C, which sends a message to Service D, the number of connections. the interfaces between them grows exponentially. Now think back to our logistics metaphor. This isn't like managing a small fleet of trucks in one city anymore. This is like managing a global shipping empire with planes, trains, ships, and trucks all working together. You have to ask yourself, how do we ensure all these different parts are compatible? What happens if one service is updated and its API changes? How does that affect the 20 other services that depend on it? What happens if a service goes down? Do we have a backup plan, a disaster recovery strategy? How do we handle the communication between them? Do we use direct calls, which can be brittle, or do we use message queues, which add complexity and latency? And what about the costs? Each new service, each new database, each new cache adds to our cloud bill. How do we monitor and control this at a company-wide level? Suddenly, you're not just a developer. You are a systems dispatcher, a city planner for a digital metropolis. You have to think about traffic flow, resource allocation, and emergency services for your entire ecosystem of services. This is the ultimate test of architectural awareness. So let's bring it all together. We started by moving beyond just writing features and embracing the multidimensional challenge of managing cost, stability, security, and experience. We learned that architectural awareness is the holistic view that connects these seemingly separate concerns. We used the logistics metaphor to understand the difference between narrow, single-minded optimization and the balanced, comprehensive management of a true architect. We saw that the real goal for any production system is not just to work, but to be controllable and sustainable in the long term. And finally, we touched upon the immense challenge presented by modern distributed systems, where an explosion of interfaces requires us to think like a master dispatcher for a vast, interconnected network. Developing this awareness is a journey. It starts with asking why. Why are we building it this way? What are the trade-offs? It means looking beyond your immediate task and understanding how your work fits into the larger system. It means reading code from other teams, studying system design diagrams, and participating in architectural review meetings. It's a continuous process of learning and broadening your perspective. By cultivating this skill, you're not just becoming a better engineer. You're becoming a leader, a problem solver, and a true architect of the future. You become the person who can build systems that don't just work today, but thrive and adapt for years to come. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you see your role in a new light, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on software engineering and system design. Let me know in the comments what trade-offs you manage in your daily work. See you in the next one.